Hi, so this is my first assignment of the mobile application development module. So first let me show you this program. So when I click this, the red robot will change large, and then when I click it again, it will change the size in the clockwise order. When I click this, it will change it in a counterclockwise. And also this message box will change. So every time, so for example, this red robot, this large, then we said red robot turn. All right, it's time to show my code. So first, it is the main activity file. In this case, first we declare some image views and text view and a list of these image view and a turn count. All of these are, it will show on those screen, and this one is these two variables. These are for controlling the size of those image. And same, this is and this with this list of robots. This robot, it is a list of data class. This data class, it has four variables with the message resource. So this is a ID of the message. This is a boolean for my turn. So when it's true, the robot should be large. When it's false, the robot should be small. And here are two IDs of the large image and the small image. So we add these three robots into it. We can add maybe not just the three, maybe more, maybe later. So this is the onCreate function. In some create function, so these are all default settings. Here we refer those declared image views and those message box with the widgets we generated in this activity main.xml file. And yeah, and then add all of these to the mutable this robot image. We generate this robot image, this list, just for change it, maybe change it in a for loop. Uh, then we set listeners. So I set listeners to those buttons. Uh, Basically, we should just set it in these robots in this stage, but that's the final version of this assignment. So, okay, we set listeners to these buttons and change the turn counts and then call the toggle image function. All right, let's see what is a toggle image function. So first, it will check the size of the we check the value of the turn count. So when it's larger than 3 or it's less than 1, we change it. We reset it because we only want it to the toggle count to be 1, 2, or 3. Then we update the message box. I mean, the message box is the message box. Change it to the red, white, or yellow. Then we set the robot turn. So this turn that is the boolean in this robot data class. And then we set the robot image, which means give which image to the image view. All right, let's see the details of the update message box. So we just set the text of the message box into one of those message resource. Then the set robot turn. So first we set all of these to false, and then set the turn count 1 into true. Finally, the set robot image will iterate through those robot image view and see robot image and see which one my turn is true. Then we set the image resource into large, else set it to small. And here's my activity main.xml. It set the widgets. So first, we change it to linear layout in this project. Then give it set the orientation to vertical because we want it vertical, and I put the gravity to center horizontal because I want to move everything up. If it's center, it will just stay at the center of the screen. Then I add this image view, the yellow robot image, and for the red and white robot image, because they are set on the horizontal line, so I add a new linear layout, this linear layout, just for these two robots. And the default setting is a horizontal. The orientation is horizontal, so do nothing for it. Add those to robot image, then add the source compact. We add it to the image in the drawable folder. Then here's a text view. The text also, it refers to something in the strings XML. Finally, it is the linear layout of those two image buttons. We set these, add some margins, and then add these two image buttons, set their IDs, change their layout, change their margin, also set a background. I will explain it later. All right. So now here I show the function of my app and my code. Now it's time for the questions in this assignment description. So the first one is how to control the size. I think I declared it maybe over here. So the thing, all of these, to control the size of those robot when we click the button, all of things I think we start from this data class. So in this data class is like a structure in C, I guess. It's like a custom data structure. So we have the message. It is an integer because it is an ID of a message. It's a boolean. It's true. Set is large. If it's false, set is too small. Then the robot image and also these IDs of those real image in this drawable folder. Then with this, we use this turn count to control to control which image turn. So if it's one, it's red turn, because if it's one, it's red turn. If it is maybe if it's two, it is white turn. If it's three, it's yellow turn. To do this, we use these functions. We use the toggle image function, use the update message, use the set robot turn. All of these functions are for these. So for the toggle image, we check the value of turn count, then call all of these. Update message box, we just skip it. We just move to the set robot turn. So in the set robot turn, set all of things to false and change only the turn count robot to true. Why is -1? Because in this robots list, the index start from 0. However, in our turn count, we start from 1. So that's it. And then based on this my turn value, we set in the set robot turn. We change the image resource of the image view widget, which is based on the turn. So if the turn is true, then change it to large. If it's small, if it's false, change it to small. That's it. The second thing is how to move everything up. Pretty simple. Just change the outer layout, the gravity to center horizontal. That's it. And the third question, let me see. The third question is how to add the two custom buttons. All right. So to add these two buttons, the first thing is add the buttons to the drawable folder. Then we drag it. So we use this here. We drag a button, image view buttons into it. So now we have the image view button. For the background, so for the background, we refer to a custom button. What is this? It is a XML file I defined by myself. I wrote it based on the hints in the assignment, and the only thing I changed is because we don't have the beige color, so I defined the beige color in the colors XML. So how did I get it? I Google it. Okay, all right. So here we have those backgrounds. Then just refer it. We just call it when we set the background. And another thing is the background. It might be really small when we set the layout widget into the wrap content. So I set it with some like the 60 dp. I think this close to the image in the assignment description. Another thing is the margin. So because without setting the margin, these two buttons are squeezed together. So to separate them, we set the margin in the horizontal, and to move the buttons a little bit lower, I set the whole margin of this linear layout. So here are the buttons. After that, the final is to activate the function of click the robot image. So what we did is in the main activity. Here I comment all of these, not this. I just delete them. So I delete the listeners of those images. So every time when we click the image, nothing would happen. I set the listeners just for those two buttons. So when we click the button, I change the turn count. Then we call the toggle image, and the toggle image and their inner functions will do everything for the changes of the turn count. That's it. And last thing is why I set it over here, because in the assignment it says I should every time when I click the button, it should start from the red robot. So without these, when I click the clockwise button, it will start from the yellow. Yes, so that's because if I only have this turn count minus minus, so the turn count it starts from 0, right? The default, we define it to 0, so it will become -1, and the -1 in this case, it will, because it's minus smaller than 1, it will turn to 3, and 3 means the yellow robot. So this is a small bug, so I set this simple if else statement here just for this case. All right, I think that's all. Thank you so much.